Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to your Pilates class with me, April. We have got a full 30-minute body workout for you to strengthen and lengthen all of your muscles from head to toe, keep you nice and aligned, keep your spine nice and healthy, along with all your other joints. As always, please always work within your own limits. Never push yourself to the point of pain. You might feel a little bit of discomfort doing certain exercises due to the muscles being used, but please only work within your own limits. All you need today is a mat, definitely a cushion or a head block if you've got one, and some quiet time and some space. Don't forget, if you obviously can't make the full class this morning, this class is saved to the page and you can come back and view it at any time you want. Okay, so we're going to get started. Just finished my last cup of tea. And let's go. The sun isn't shining so much today where I am, but I hope it is where you are. So let's start sitting cross-legged, and you won't need your cushion for now, but you can always sit on your cushion or block if you feel any sort of pain or discomfort within your hips, which is very, very common. I say this every week. If you have tight hips, you might struggle with some of the stretches, but it is also a very, really good indicator if you have a tight muscle within your body and you stretch it and it feels like it's really being worked. That means that muscle needs a little bit of TLC, but stretching definitely helps. So try and keep at it, okay? So we're going to really concentrate on our posture today. And what you're going to do is sit up nice and tall. So you want your back in alignment. You want a nice tall spine. You're going to keep your shoulders down away from your ears and your hands onto your knees. And all you're going to do is, just for about a minute, we're just going to practice sitting up nice and tall, because even as a Pilates teacher myself, sometimes I sit cross-legged and I round through my spine. It is normal and very comfortable for your spine to be like this. So don't worry too much if you feel like you're don't have the best posture. It is hard. It takes a long time to train your muscles if they've been in a certain position for too long. But whilst we're just sitting up nice and tall, I'm just going to talk a few things through. So when you're sitting cross-legged, you want to make sure you're sat on your sitting bones. If your sitting bones are tucked under, you are going to struggle to sit up tall. So you want to take your hands by the side and really sort of tuck your pelvis under. And so you're on your sitting bones and your back is lovely and long. And you're just going to relax. So you're just going to drop your shoulders away from the ears. Think about the entire body. Try and keep your knees down. If you've got tight hips, you might want to lift your knees up and then, like I say, bring the cushion underneath. But with the upper body, you want to keep your shoulders down. Now, again, I say this a lot, but it's so true. Your shoulders are probably the worst part of your body for your posture. So if you have sat at a desk and had a desk job for a long, long time, or you're a driving instructor maybe, or you've been a hairdresser, what can happen is your shoulders just naturally rise up. So to really release them down, you have to be very conscious and wary, and you have to retrain your muscles to bring them down. Tight shoulders is probably, as a Pilates teacher, the number one most common problem area, along with the lower back and tight legs. But really concentrate on your shoulders. So for today, think about your shoulder positioning, and then even throughout the day, you could set yourself a timer on your on an alarm clock or your phone, and just practice pushing your shoulders down away from your ears. If you get a lot of sinus congestion, I know we're heading up into hay fever season, yay! Sometimes you might find that your sinuses are worse than other times, obviously with the pollen count, but that can also be because of tight muscles in your upper body. I don't know if I've told this story, I probably have. I once saw a chiropractor who said that due to a really bad car crash when I was younger, I had a lot of blocked nerves within my chest, which then made my sinus pain horrendous. And then last year when I went to see him at the start of the hay fever season, he cracked me about, did his thing, and I never had hay fever that year. So it's really worth remembering how much your body kind of really changes through any accidents or injuries, or if you've been ill and had to lay down for a long time. All these things can affect your body. So just keep your spine really long and then push the shoulders down. A great way to kind of get an extra stretch when you're sitting like this is to take your hands onto your ankles and then really hold on and then just lean back. And when you do that, you should feel a lovely long stretch all into your shoulders and your spine, right at the top of the arms, and it should feel quite nice. And now what we're going to do is reverse everything that I've just said, and you're going to nod your chin and then you're going to round through your back. So we're going to just give the back a little breather now. So you can round through the spine. This helps to relieve any muscles you've got that might be tense, especially the rhomboids, which is right in the middle of the back. If that gets very tight, if you ever had RSI, repetitive strain injury, you might find that certain muscles get triggered. But this is a good one to do to release all the tension. And then we're going to sit up nice and tall again. Take the hands onto the ankles, pull back, drop the shoulders. Have your chin parallel to the floor. You never want to really look down. And just breathe. If you feel like your hips are getting really, really tight, what we're going to do now is before we roll back down, we're going to cross the ankles over. This makes a massive difference because obviously one leg is working differently to the other, so it's always good to balance out. Now take the hands back to the ankles and then roll, drop your shoulders down and away. And then restack and lift up. Hands onto the ankles, last time, nice tall spine. Now try and push your shoulders down and away a little bit more, and you'll feel a good stretch. Take a deep breath in. Now nod your chin and exhale round, drop shoulders. And then lift back up. Wonderful. Now let's come on to the neck. The neck is very delicate, and believe it or not, you never want to put your head back, as that's actually kind of alien to the body. So what you're going to do is just keep the chin parallel to the floor, drop the shoulders down, and then turn the head as far as it will go, and then come back in. You want to do this very gently, no sudden movements. Just gently twist. You might find that one side doesn't reach round as far as the other. That's totally normal. I slept very funny last night. I'm woken up with a very tight left part of my neck. And we're going to do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And now what we're going to do is inhale and exhale, nod down. Never have the chin right towards the chest. And then lift back up. And again, nod. And lift. Let's do 4. Keep the shoulders down. 3, 2, and last one. Push your shoulders down a little bit more on this last one. Wonderful. Now look up, keep the shoulders down, just hold it for an extra few seconds. And then release. Wonderful. Now the reason why I always start with these exercises right at the start is that you can come back to this and practice that little 5-minute exercise every single morning or before bed or halfway through the day. And it's really good sometimes just to practice Pilates in bite-sized chunks, because that way then you're always kind of getting into a routine. So if you say it's a non-negotiable, every morning for 5 minutes, I stretch my neck, I work on my posture, you'd be surprised at how much difference these little changes make. Okay, let's cross the ankles back the other way. And make sure you're sat in your sitting bones. Now we're going to work into the back. So when you're sat up nice and tall, you never want to push your chest forward. I know it's kind of like a instant in your brain when you think of a straight back, you think, right, push my chest out. You actually want to keep your back and your core kind of really parallel and not pushing anything out, especially that rib cage. So you're going to bring the elbows into the side of the body and you're going to have your hands flat. Now, believe it or not, the position of your hands makes a massive difference to the exercise. If your fingers get lazy and they sort of like droop a little bit, you won't get so much more out of it. Obviously, if you've got arthritis or any hand injuries, then obviously just do your best. But if you can, really stretch your fingertips out, push your elbows into the side of the waist, drop the shoulders, and you're going to breathe in and breathe out. Imagine you're like a puppet and someone is pulling your hands out. And when you do this, you should feel all the back of your shoulders working. There we go. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now you're going to hold your arms out here and you're just going to twist. So your shoulders might rise a little bit as the hands go backwards. That's normal. Good. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then just release. So you might have felt a little bit of tension just rising those shoulders. What you're going to do is take your hands, you can't see my hands because they're behind my legs, but you're going to put them, I'll turn slightly, you're going to put them right by your hips. So your arms are straight down, and then you're going to inhale and exhale, just push into the hands whilst trying to sit up really tall. And then release. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And release. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. And let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. So again, very small movements, but they make a massive difference and help to open everything up. Lovely. Let's come into a child's pose now. So with the child's pose, this helps, like I always say, but in case you're new here, this helps to open up your back. So this is a fantastic way to relieve tension that we have in our the muscles running down our backs. Take your hands to the floor, allow your hips to sink to your heels, stretch forward and bring the knees down and the elbows come down. Just hold it here, just breathe in and out. Now, if you can, inhale, then exhale. See if you can push your hands a little bit further forward and bring the knee down. Bring the knee down, bring the forehead down. And now, lift the arms right up so elbows are off the floor, and then inhale, exhale, try and place your elbows down. They don't have to go down flat to the mat completely, but you will feel a difference within the back here. And then inhale, lift one more time. Exhale, come down. Wonderful, then roll up. Fabulous. Okay, now let's start off with a plank this morning. So this helps to really warm up the core. It helps obviously with stabilizing your core. and working on that strength. There are different options you can do, so please don't be alarmed. We're not going to go doing anything too heavy this morning. So option 1 is you come onto your elbows. You're going to push into the elbows onto your knees and hold it here. Option 2, you tuck the toes under and lift the knees off the floor. And then option 3, you're coming into a high plank and you can come here. If you've been doing Pilates a long time and want a little bit more, you can always bring the knees in towards the elbows, and that helps to work on obviously your balance and your core strength and the obliques as well. Okay, let's go. So we're going to hold, we're going to repeat it 3 times. We're going to hold it for 10 seconds per time. And at the end, we're going to just try and push ourselves a little bit more. Okay, so choose your planks. Just a quick boring health and safety announcement, I'm afraid. If you have high blood pressure or extremely low blood pressure, I would definitely recommend coming onto your knees for this. And please make sure that you breathe in and out. Don't hold your breath as you're concentrating, as it can be really bad on the heart. So, however you want to do it, try and keep that back nice and long. Think of your posture, and then inhale, exhale. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Just come back and just rest, however you are. First one done. And then we're going to go again. So take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Good. Just one more to go for 10 seconds. Take a deep breath in and out. And here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Okay, just rest here. What we're going to do now is I'm going to give you the option to join in with me whilst we hold a plank for 30 seconds. Now, I know 30 seconds seems like a long time, and trust me, when you're planking, it is. But the idea here is that you try and push yourselves, and this is also really good for your mind as well. So it's a little bit of discipline, and it helps just to push you further. You can rest halfway through. You do not have to stick to the whole 30 seconds. You could do 15 seconds and then come back down. I'll be going through every 10 seconds, so you can have a rest when you want to, okay? Don't forget, this is a little bit harder than holding it, for 10 seconds, so maybe think about that when you're choosing your planks. Okay, here we go. Breathe in, breathe out, prepare, and then inhale, exhale, let's go. So keep your back nice and straight, really focus. Okay, 10 seconds gone. Doing really well. Keep going. Halfway there. Just got to do this one more time. 20 seconds gone. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. If you did the whole 30 seconds or whatever you did, very good. Well done for trying. And hopefully you'll feel that in your core and created a little bit of warmth in your body as well. Just bring your hands down, stretch them away, and just relax everything. And then round back up. Coming to sit onto your knees. Just take your hands onto your knees. You're going to drop the shoulders, inhale, and then exhale round through. And then lift back up. Wonderful. We're going to come up to standing now. So just tuck the toes under and then gently come into a crouch, or you can come and stand however you want. Just stretch down and then gently roll all the way up. Fabulous. Okay, you don't need to see my upper body here, just my legs. So we're going to have the feet hip width apart to start. So you're going to push the heels out and your toes forward. Just look down at your toes and make sure that one isn't going out to the side, as that will affect the exercise. If you have got one foot gently going out to the side, that usually means you've got an imbalance somewhere with your ankle or your knee. It's absolutely fine. It's very, very common, but just be aware of it and try and train that foot to come back in. So we want to stand up nice and tall, again thinking of your posture and your nice long spine. Going to drop your shoulders away from the ears, and you're going to inhale and exhale, bring the heels off the floor and then lower down. Inhale, exhale, come up. And lower. Good. Try and control the heels coming up and down. And lower. Good. Let's do 5. And down. 4. And down. 3. And down. 2. Hold it. And lower. Try not to let that chest come forward. And last time, if you can, lift your arms up as well. Drop in the shoulders. We're going to hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. Well done. Just give your legs a little shake off, as you might have felt a little bit of tension within your calves. Now we're going to do the same thing, but you're going to turn the toes out. And it's really important to try and get a straight line from toe to toe. You want to keep a nice long spine, keep the shoulders down away from your ears, and you're going to inhale and exhale, lift up. This will target your inner thighs and your glutes more so than the narrow stance. Now from here, if you want, you can stretch your fingertips down and then lift the arms halfway and then lower. This is also very good for balance. So if you find that you are actually a little bit wobbly, that's okay. Could be that you just need to adjust your feet, or it could mean that you just need to work on your core strength. If you've got a very strong core, you'll find that actually most exercises, you don't wobble when you're balancing, because obviously the core and balance go hand in hand. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lower. Wonderful. Now we're just going to come to stretch out those calf muscles. So place one heel onto the floor, toes up, bend that left knee. And then come up, right foot down, left toes up, bend the right knee. And come up. Wonderful. We're going to work into the hips now. And again, a little bit more balance control. We are going to have your feet hip width and you're going to bend both knees slightly. Take the hands onto the hips, drop the shoulders, and then just squeeze that right leg out. Now, when you do this, try not to lean over to the left. And you're welcome to just bring it in and out, or you can hold it there, which adds a little bit more resistance, and then slide it back in. Good, you'll feel it as well in the supporting leg. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Now let's hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good, just shake those legs off. And have the feet hip width apart, drop the shoulders. And let's go again. Bend those knees, go out to the side, and come back in. So this is very good for your hip abductors, which is the muscle that surrounds the hip. Really helps to keep it strong. Healthy hips is always good. Remember to keep that right knee bent slightly. And let's do 3, 2, and 1. Hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And shake those legs off. Good. Okay, have the feet hip width apart. Let's do one of the best exercises ever. We're going to do a roll down. So you're going to nod your chin towards your chest and just allow the neck to relax. And when you get to about here, bend the knees and then imagine someone is just pushing your chest towards your thighs while still bending the knees. Let the arms just hang and just let the head relax. Bend the knees a little bit more. Try and get the hands to the back of the hands to the mat. Then from here, you're going to inhale and exhale, straighten those legs to really release any tension in the hamstrings and the calves, which is what we've worked this morning, or this afternoon, should I say. And then fingertips to the floor, bend those knees. And we're going to come to lay onto our backs and roll down. Hug the knees in towards the chest, drop the shoulders and rock side to side. Now take the hands on top of the knees and then we're going to just circle the knees around, working into the lower back and the hips. Then the other way. And then cross the left ankle over the right and then just push the knees out. You can close your eyes. We're just going to have a minute here and then we'll have a minute on the opposite side as well. Drop those shoulders, think of the spine and just relax. Just gently close your eyes and just breathe in and out. A lovely long body stretch. Posture, keep the spine long, lift and lower and lift and lower. And thank you all very much for joining me today.